ladies and gentlemen. In the realm of relationships, love often flourishes not in closeness alone, but in the delicate balance of space and connection. Men, as energetic beings, are deeply influenced by the dynamics of pursuit, presence, and individuality. This isn't about playing games, it's about understanding the dance of attraction and the power of stepping back to create room for love to thrive. Let's explore 6 profound insights on why stepping back is essential for fostering deep, authentic connections. When we talk about the flow of energy in relationships, we often overlook its profound influence on attraction and connection. The saying energy flows where attention goes isn't just a motivational phrase, it's an explanation of how focus and intention shape outcomes. In relationships, especially between men and women, this principle becomes a cornerstone for understanding why stepping back can amplify love rather than diminish it. Men are highly attuned to energy. They sense when they are being pursued too strongly or when the energy in a relationship feels imbalanced. This is not to say that effort on your part is unnecessary, but the quality of your attention is what truly matters. When your energy is overly focused on pursuing or controlling the dynamic, it can feel overwhelming or even suffocating. Instead of fostering connection, it creates resistance. The key lies in creating an environment where energy flows naturally without force. Stepping back shifts your focus inward. It's an opportunity to redirect the energy you might otherwise spend on external validation or relationship management into your own growth, joy, and fulfillment. This shift is not about withholding love or playing games. It's about understanding that true connection is built on a foundation of personal alignment and mutual respect. When you prioritize yourself, you emanate confidence and self-assuredness, which are inherently attractive qualities. When men sense this balance, they are drawn to it. They are wired to seek, to pursue, and to engage with what resonates deeply with them. By stepping back, you allow space for their energy to naturally flow toward you. This doesn't mean creating unnecessary distance. It means giving them the room to make intentional choices. When men feel they have the freedom to choose you not out of obligation or pressure, but out of genuine desire, the connection becomes deeper and more authentic. It's also important to recognize that stepping back doesn't equate to disinterest. It's not about shutting down communication or becoming emotionally unavailable. Instead, it's about trusting in the dynamic you're creating together. Trust is a powerful force. When you demonstrate trust by stepping back, you communicate that you believe in the relationship and the person you're with. This trust fosters security, not just for you, but for your partner as well. It creates a sense of freedom within the relationship, allowing both individuals to show up authentically. Energetic balance is also about sustainability. Relationships thrive when both partners contribute equally and willingly. If one person is constantly chasing or managing the connection, it creates a dynamic that is hard to maintain. By stepping back, you encourage reciprocity. You give your partner the space to invest in the relationship, to show their appreciation, and to meet you halfway. This mutual effort strengthens the bond and creates a partnership rooted in equality and shared intention. Stepping back also creates an air of mystery and intrigue. In a world where oversharing has become the norm, withholding some of your energy and focus allows curiosity to build. Men are naturally drawn to what they can't fully predict or control. When you step back, you become someone they want to learn more about, someone whose presence they value more deeply. This isn't about manipulation, it's about recognizing that attraction often thrives in the presence of subtlety and space. Ultimately, stepping back is an act of self-respect and self-care. It's a way of saying, I value myself enough to trust in the natural flow of this connection. This act of stepping into your own power doesn't push love away, it invites it in. When you focus on cultivating your energy, building your confidence, and radiating your self-worth, you create an irresistible magnetism that draws love toward you effortlessly. In the end, the principle that energy flows where attention goes reminds us that love is not about chasing or clinging. It's about creating a space where two people can come together as their most authentic selves. By stepping back, you allow energy to flow freely, inviting a connection that is vibrant, balanced, and deeply fulfilling. In relationships, one of the most powerful ways to create a strong, lasting bond is by empowering the other person to step into their natural role, their full potential, and express their true self. For men, this often means allowing them the space to be the one who takes initiative, provides, and protects. When you step back and allow them to operate from this place of empowerment, it's not only good for the relationship, but it also ignites their own growth and desire to love you more deeply. The concept of empowering the masculine energy is deeply rooted in recognizing and respecting the unique qualities that men possess. Men are often at their best when they are given the freedom to pursue what excites them, to lead with purpose, and to act from a place of inner strength. By stepping back, you allow them the space to activate these innate qualities. This is not about pushing them to be something they're not, but rather allowing them to grow into who they are meant to be. When you empower men in this way, you shift the dynamic from one of dependence or neediness to one of mutual respect and admiration. Men thrive when they feel they are needed but not smothered. But when they are given the space to contribute and show up in a meaningful way, it strengthens their sense of value within the relationship. Rather than feeling like they must constantly react to your needs, they begin to act from a place of self-motivation and desire to show up for you. This subtle shift from neediness to respect can transform the dynamic between you, making the relationship far more fulfilling for both parties. Empowering masculine energy also means respecting the importance of independence. Men, like all people, have a need for space to grow and develop as individuals. When you step back, you provide them with that space without the weight of expectations or pressure. You allow them to experience the freedom to pursue their passions and their goals, which in turn makes them more likely to show up in the relationship as their best selves. When men have the room to grow on their own terms, they come back to the relationship with a greater sense of purpose and alignment, which benefits both individuals. Another crucial aspect of empowering masculine energy is allowing your partner the opportunity to chase and pursue. It's a natural part of their instinctual drive to win, to achieve, and to conquer. By stepping back, you let him feel the thrill of the pursuit, something that is deeply satisfying and rewarding for him. It taps into his desire to provide and protect, qualities that are often at the core of what makes men feel connected to and invested in their relationships. This act of stepping back isn't about waiting idly for someone to come to you. It's about understanding that attraction and desire are nurtured by the space to pursue and the freedom to express oneself without pressure. When you step back and empower the masculine energy in a relationship, you create a balance where both partners feel supported and respected. You aren't competing for control or dominance. Instead, you are each contributing to the dynamic in ways that reflect your authentic selves. You allow him to step forward, to show up, and to lead in ways that feel natural for him. This leads to a relationship that is grounded in genuine connection, rather than one where the roles are forced or rigid. This principle also involves respecting the timing of the relationship. Stepping back allows things to unfold at their own pace without rushing or forcing an outcome. Men, like women, need the freedom to express their love and commitment on their own terms. By respecting the timing of their own emotional and mental processes, you create space for them to love you deeply and authentically. Ultimately, empowering the masculine energy in a relationship isn't about making yourself smaller or retreating into the background. It's about trusting the process, respecting your partner's individuality, and understanding the natural flow of attraction. When you step back, you allow the love to unfold in its truest and most powerful form. You create a relationship based on mutual admiration, respect, and the freedom to be authentic and whole as individuals. When men feel empowered, they are more likely to show up for you in ways that are deep, genuine, and lasting, building a love that stands the test of time. In any relationship, the balance between closeness and distance is crucial to building lasting attraction and connection. One of the most profound principles in human dynamics is that absence often creates more desire. It is within the natural ebb and flow of presence and absence that a deeper longing and attraction can grow. The space that exists when we step back from a relationship allows both individuals to appreciate each other in ways that may not be possible when they are constantly in one another's faces. This is a concept rooted in the idea that energy, desire, and attraction can intensify when they are given the freedom to breathe. When you step back, it's not about withdrawing emotionally or physically in a way that harms the relationship, but rather about creating the kind of space that lets both individuals reconnect with their own energy, goals, and sense of self. In doing so, you allow the connection to deepen in a way that wouldn't be possible through constant interaction. Absence creates a sense of yearning that reinforces the value and importance of the relationship. When you're always together, the sense of appreciation can begin to fade as the presence of something becomes expected. But in the moments of absence, you allow each other to rediscover the other person's unique qualities and the reasons why you fell in love in the first place. Moreover, stepping back gives your partner the opportunity to miss you, which is key to sustaining attraction. The human brain is wired to desire what it doesn't have constant access to. By stepping back occasionally, you offer your partner a chance to realize the depth of your value and how much they cherish having you in their life. This yearning doesn't come from a place of manipulation or playing games, but from the simple and natural rhythm of connection. By stepping back, you avoid the pitfall of taking each other for granted. You create a subtle but profound space where longing can flourish. This distance, however, should not be mistaken for emotional withdrawal. Stepping back can be as much about giving emotional space as it is about physical space. By allowing your partner the room to reflect, process, and come to their own conclusions about the relationship, you show them that you trust their ability to navigate their own emotions. This trust is a powerful form of respect that deepens the emotional bond. When both individuals feel they have the space to explore their thoughts and feelings without pressure, they are more likely to come together with renewed clarity and commitment. When you step back, you also create the opportunity for each person to reconnect with their individuality. We often lose a sense of who we are in relationships, especially when we spend too much time together or become overly enmeshed. By stepping back, you give both yourself and your partner the room to explore personal passions, hobbies, and aspirations outside of the relationship. This not only enhances the personal growth of each individual, but it also brings a richer, more fulfilled version of both people into the relationship. It's a way of ensuring that neither person becomes overly dependent on the other for emotional or personal fulfillment, which can often lead to resentment or stagnation. Another benefit of stepping back is that it allows both individuals to evaluate the relationship from a clearer perspective. Without constant proximity, it becomes easier to see what is truly working and what may need adjustment. Sometimes when we're too close to something, we fail to recognize the issues or dynamics that need attention. By giving the relationship space, you allow for reflection that can lead to stronger, more mindful decisions. This clarity allows you to come back together with a more focused and intentional approach, ensuring that the relationship continues to evolve and grow in healthy ways. Ultimately, stepping back is an act of love and trust. It's a way to allow space for attraction to deepen, for emotions to settle, and for both individuals to reflect and grow. It may seem counterintuitive to step away from someone you care about, but in reality, it can strengthen the connection you share. When you step back, you give your relationship the chance to breathe, to evolve, and to flourish in ways that constant proximity could never allow. This space enables both people to appreciate each other more deeply, fostering a connection that is genuine, lasting, and filled with mutual respect. In relationships, trust and surrender are two foundational pillars that sustain lasting love and connection. One of the most powerful ways to build a deeper, more meaningful relationship is by stepping back and trusting in the natural flow of the dynamic. Trusting in the process doesn't mean abandoning your needs or giving up control, but rather it means letting go of the constant need to direct the course of events and allowing the relationship to unfold organically. When you trust your partner and the relationship itself, you create a space where love can grow freely and authentically. Trust is a powerful form of vulnerability. It's about believing that the connection you share with someone is strong enough to handle the challenges that arise, and it's about recognizing that you don't have to control every aspect of the relationship to make it work. Often, we try to manage relationships by overthinking, overanalyzing, or trying to predict outcomes. This need for control can create tension and pressure that stifles natural attraction and emotional intimacy. But when you step back and allow things to develop at their own pace, you open the door for deeper trust to form. You show your partner that you believe in them, in your connection, and in the potential of the relationship. Stepping back is an act of surrender, but not surrender in the way it's often perceived. Surrendering doesn't mean giving up or resigning yourself to a situation. It means releasing the need to control or manipulate the outcomes. By surrendering to the process of love, you are actually empowering both yourself and your partner to grow and evolve in ways that may not be possible when there is constant pressure or interference. It's about letting go of your fears, insecurities, and the need for instant gratification, and instead trusting that the right things will unfold at the right time. When you step back, you also give your partner the freedom to be themselves without the weight of expectations. This allows them the space to express their love in a way that feels authentic and true to their character. Men, like all individuals, are more likely to show their love when they feel trusted and not smothered by pressure. When you trust that your partner will meet your needs in their own time and in their own way, you create an atmosphere where both of you can relax, be yourselves, and let love naturally develop. Trust also involves letting go of the need to micromanage or fix every situation. It's easy to fall into the trap of thinking that in order for a relationship to work, every detail must be accounted for and every problem must be immediately addressed. But this can lead to frustration and dissatisfaction. Stepping back allows you to acknowledge that not everything requires immediate attention and not everything is within your control. Sometimes the best thing you can do is to allow the space for things to unfold without interference. When both partners are free to navigate their own emotions and experiences, the relationship can evolve in a way that's far more fulfilling and sustainable. The act of stepping back also shows that you trust your own worth and the foundation of the relationship. It's a demonstration of your belief that love doesn't need to be forced, it needs to be nurtured and respected. When you trust that the relationship is strong enough to survive challenges, and when you trust that your partner will rise to meet you, you create a secure and loving environment for both of you to thrive. This trust is built over time and becomes the bedrock of a relationship that can withstand anything life throws its way. In conclusion, stepping back is an essential part of building a lasting relationship. It's not about giving up or retreating, but about trusting in the process and surrendering to the natural flow of love. When you trust your partner and yourself, you allow the relationship to grow at its own pace, free from the constraints of control and pressure. This trust creates the foundation for deeper emotional intimacy, mutual respect, and a love that can stand the test of time. Ultimately, stepping back allows both individuals to come together as their best selves, creating a partnership that is authentic, loving, and fulfilling. In any relationship, maintaining a sense of autonomy and individuality is not only important for personal well-being, but also crucial for the longevity of the connection itself. One of the most profound ways to enhance a relationship is by stepping back and allowing your partner to take the lead in some aspects of the relationship. This approach doesn't mean abandoning your own desires or needs. Rather, it's about giving your partner the space and opportunity to step into their own strength and leadership. When you step back, you're allowing the relationship to find its natural rhythm, and this can ultimately lead to greater love, deeper respect, and a stronger connection between you both. When you allow your partner the freedom to step into their role and lead, it's not about relinquishing control, but rather embracing a dynamic where both individuals can contribute to the relationship in a balanced and empowering way. Men, like anyone, thrive when they feel they are trusted and respected to lead, especially when it comes to emotional and practical decisions. The act of stepping back is a form of respect that acknowledges that your partner is capable of contributing meaningfully and that their perspective is valued. When you allow this space, your partner is able to step into their role with confidence, which can deepen their sense of responsibility and desire to nurture the relationship. This doesn't mean that you become passive or disengaged. Instead, you're actively making a choice to trust the process and trust your partner's ability to step up when needed. When you step back, you create room for both of you to express your needs and desires more clearly without the pressure of constantly trying to assert yourself. This space fosters healthy communication, where both partners feel free to articulate what they need from each other without feeling overwhelmed by the other's constant influence. Stepping back means allowing your partner to take initiative, whether it's in planning dates, addressing issues, or simply leading in the way they express love. It's about creating a balance in the relationship where both individuals feel empowered and respected. Stepping back also gives you the opportunity to reconnect with your own identity and passions. In any close relationship, it's easy to lose sight of who we are outside of the partnership. By stepping back, you give yourself the time and space to invest in your own growth, whether that's through pursuing personal goals, hobbies, or simply enjoying time alone. This sense of individuality is essential to maintaining a healthy relationship dynamic. When you step back, you're not withdrawing emotionally, but instead strengthening yourself as an individual. This allows you to bring your most authentic self to the relationship, which can lead to a deeper connection based on mutual respect for each other's growth and autonomy. When you create space for your partner to lead and you reconnect with your own sense of self, both individuals are able to come together more fully, not out of need or dependence, but out of genuine desire and choice. This dynamic fosters a love that is built on respect, admiration, and the understanding that each partner is valuable in their own right. It allows for a stronger, more fulfilling connection, where both people feel empowered to show up as their best selves. In many relationships, there is often the temptation to take charge of every situation, from decisions to emotional responses. However, when you step back and allow your partner to take the lead, you give them the opportunity to demonstrate their commitment, love, and capability. This builds trust and strengthens the bond between you. When men feel trusted to lead, they are often more motivated to show up as their most authentic, loving selves, wanting to meet their partner's needs and desires. Ultimately, stepping back in a relationship is not about giving up or withdrawing. It's about creating space for both partners to flourish individually and together. By trusting your partner to lead and allowing space for personal growth, you encourage a dynamic where both individuals contribute to the relationship in meaningful ways. This balance of autonomy and connection is what builds a relationship that is both strong and sustainable. In the end, stepping back enhances the connection by fostering respect, trust, and the freedom to grow both as individuals and as a couple. When you allow your partner the space to lead and empower yourself in the process, the relationship becomes stronger, more loving, and more fulfilling. In relationships, one of the most profound yet often overlooked dynamics is the importance of creating space for your partner to lead and express themselves. This doesn't mean giving up your voice or becoming passive in the relationship. It means recognizing that both individuals have a natural rhythm and energy that, when respected and allowed to unfold freely, enhances the relationship. Stepping back in this way doesn't equate to being absent. It's a powerful act of trust and respect that encourages personal growth, deeper connection, and mutual understanding.